Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Oh, what a lovely day of the year it is. Or is it actually? No, Valentine's Day can be such a lovely day of the year. Not all of us have somebody in our lives who we will be sharing Valentine's Day with. Now, this year, I am going to be spending it with my husband and our two daughters, and we are going to try and do something as a family, which is probably going to involve either going out for an affordable meal somewhere local, or it's going to be having ice cream after we have dinner at home. So nothing that's going to break the banks. We're just going to spend some nice time with each other and just get out of the house. And Valentine's is not about showering gifts on other people. For me, it's more about spending quality time with the people that you love, creating nice memories and letting them know that they feel loved and feeling loved as well yourself. So what do we do when we don't have anyone to share Valentine's Day with? Well, the most important person to love in your life is, you've guessed it, it's you right there. So I'm going to give you some tips as to how you can make the most of Valentine's Day to start to show yourself some self-love, give yourself a little self-love and hug, and really enjoy the time with yourself without feeling like you're just going to sit indoors and like going to ignore the fact it's Valentine's Day, because it is a good reminder to demonstrate love, whether you are demonstrating it towards others or towards yourself. So let's get started. So my first tip is going to be a really simple one. You probably already thought of it yourself, but how about a little self-pampering? Now, this can mean anything. It can mean you doing your own little pamper routine at home, sat indoors with your robe on, your slippers, your hair in a hairband, popping on a face mask, putting your feet in a bowl of water, doing your own pedicure, a nice little manicure, something like that that's going to be relatively cheap or free because you've probably got everything you need in the house. Or it could mean booking yourself in for that hair appointment you were going to get anyway this month, so no extra cost. Book it in near Valentine's or on Valentine's Day if you can. Feel like you're just treating yourself because you've changed the date you were going to have it on. Or it could mean doing something extra if you can afford it. So, you know, you can get Groupon vouchers, cheap deals to go and have your nails done, to go and have a massage at a college by the students, or to go all out and really go and pamper yourself at a really nice place that may cost a little bit more, but you might have the money to do it. So you could go and have a spa day somewhere, go and have a massage, a world of different things. And if pampering for you doesn't look like those normal kind of beauty routines, if pampering for you is some holistic therapy, something you've needed to get done, like maybe you've had an aching back and you really need to see a chiropractor and you've budgeted for it, book it in around Valentine's Day. Be that your self-love, your expression of self-love. Go and get something you need done around that day to feel like you were just caring for yourself a little bit more at that particular time in the year. That's a really simple way to just make sure that a little bit of pampering is being put in place for you. This one is super easy, super cheap. Do or read something that is uplifting for you. So this could be a book that you've heard about. Go and buy that $2 downloadable digital file and listen to it. You know, get a copy of the book and sit down and read it. Or listen to your favourite piece of uplifting music, something you enjoy, or have a boogie and a dance to it. Just dance for an hour at home. I mean, why not? If that's something that makes you feel great. So do something that is going to really uplift your spirit. Something that is super simple and is easy. It's going to give you just basically that little hug in terms of your mind and your emotions, and that just immediately makes you feel like your cup has been refilled. Now, this one is always going to get a mention from me because I love food and it's so important for you. But how about making Valentine's Day the typical day that couples go out for a romantic meal, the day that you give yourself a romantic meal? So why not, whether you are going out or staying in, really make an extra special effort? So these days, you know, if you're a cook and you like to cook from scratch, cook the meal at home. Why not cook a 3-course meal? Have that delicious starter that's your favorite you've been wanting. Have that main, have the dessert. If you drink, have a bottle of wine or a glass of Prosecco. Why the heck not? And just really enjoy it. Finish it off with a couple of chocolates. You know, Wine and dine yourself as if you are your own best perfect date companion. And if you want to get out of the house, there is nothing wrong with going for a meal on your own. I've done it. In fact, I've done lots of things on my own. I've done lots of dates on my own, but we'll come on to that for the next one. But in terms of just thinking about food, you know, cook it yourself, or you can do a lot of these deals this time of the year in places like Marks and Spencer's or Tesco's, where they do like, I don't know, for like £15, get a, you know, it's usually a meal for two, but you've got food for Valentine's, food for the next night, right? So win-win. So you could get one of those where you've got all your meal, you've got your wine, and that is really not a lot of money in terms of just being able to feel like you treated yourself to having a nice meal, or, you know, pop out somewhere and enjoy it. And if you really want some company and you've got somebody else who's free on Valentine's night, then invite them over. So you might have a friend, you might have a member of the family, or a group of you. Get together and just share the love and have a lovely meal all together, all chip in, all contribute, unless you love hosting and want to do it yourself. Do a potluck, you know, and just really enjoy spending quality time with people you love. So this is the next one. Take yourself out for a date. You are going to be the best date you could ever have, because you are going to go somewhere that you know your date is going to love because you're choosing it, and you are going to only stay there as long as you want to because you've got nobody else to think about, right? So think of something that you'd love to do. Maybe you want to pop to the local art gallery and have a look around there. Maybe there's a show on at town and you want to go to the theatre. My goodness, you can often get a really cheap seat at some of the theatres if you're buying a single seat, because often they're the ones that get left, and sometimes you can rock up and get a last minute seat, or sometimes you get a seat that's on the edge, but you can really still see the stage fine. Or if you're willing to sit in the gods and you don't have a fear of heights, you can get cheap seats. Go and sit in the opera. I mean, I cannot tell you how many times I've been to the theatre on my own, the cinema on my own. I'm very comfortable going and having sat in bars on my own or having a meal on my own. Get used to it. Get over it, enjoy it. You know, life is life. We are here as a person living our own life. If we're lucky enough to share that with other people, then that is wonderful. If we are not, just get out there and enjoy it and don't let anything hold you back. So think of something you'd love to do. It can be something completely free. Like I said, often a local gallery or a local museum might be free or just cost £1 or £2 to get into. Then go and do that. Go and have a walk somewhere. Go and have a walk somewhere local. If you have a nice park you can walk around, or you have like even national parks, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? Go and have a walk around the national park. Go out on a date. Go to the movies. That's something that's still fairly, I say relatively cheap. It's not actually lately, but you can get cheap showings. So go to the movies, or just splash out and go and get a theatre ticket. Go out for a meal and just be the best date ever. Just do exactly what you want to do and enjoy yourself and revel in the fact that you can just enjoy this moment. And added on to that, you know, again, I said this is about if you're celebrating Valentine's Day on your own, but if that means on your own without a partner, but you still have friends or family or somebody that you would like to take out with you, then invite them along. Go and have a date, a friend date together, a family date together, and really just soak up the vibes and enjoy yourselves. And then finally, my fifth one is going to be connect with other people. So if you cannot see anybody on Valentine's Day for any reason, then try and connect to people in other ways if you wish to. So if you're just feeling that you really want to be having that conversation with somebody or just seeing what they're getting up to, give them a call. Better still, do a FaceTime call, you know, if you have the software for that, which most phones do these days, or on your laptop, or, you know, any sort of Apple device that allows you to chat to people face to face via a digital device, then do that. And that is just a lovely way to really get in touch with someone. But I will then add the caveat: only call people who you know are going to make you feel great on Valentine's Day. So, you know, if you've been meaning to call that certain member of the family or that certain friend who often winds you up or is going to find some abrasive way to make you feel crap on Valentine's Day, this is not the day to call them. Move those aside, leave them for next time. So just protect yourself, call someone who's going to make you feel great. It doesn't need to be an hour-long conversation. great if you have time and they do to do that. It can literally be a 5-minute conversation to say, how you doing, thinking about you, what are you up to lately, blah, 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 blah. You could, if you can't get hold of someone, you know, often text, WhatsApp, Messenger, all of these things are just a lovely way of connecting with someone. You know, and connect. You can do the whole thing of, you know, posting things if you're into social media. Post something up, saying what you're doing for the day. If you're doing something for yourself, be loud and proud. Pop it on there. Have a nice picture of what you're going to do or mention of what you're going to do, and see how much love comes back with the people who you care about wishing you well. And it's just a nice way to feel like, you know, you put yourself out there, you connected with people, even if it's not immediate direct connection, and that you feel a little bit of love back. So there you go. Those are my 5 cheap and easy tips and ways to enjoy Valentine's Day when you are going it alone and celebrating on your own. So love yourself, revel in it, use it as an excuse for some self-nurturing and a little bit of me time for you, and just enjoy your day. And thanks for watching, and until then, I wish you well.